Hello everyone, KV here, and welcome back to Let's Play Nights into Dreams. In the last episode, we went to the Frozen Bell, the Consciousness stage, my favorite stage in the game, in which we went through the Winter Wonderland of the Snow Train realm. Elliot still has 2 more dreams to go, however, so we must bid that place adieu, and go on to our next area. Stick Canyon, the Revival. Probably the one stage I am the least familiar with. I don't play the stage this often, so I'm less akin to this one. This stage has some interesting mechanics about it, but we will get into it as they appear. The music is, as usual, very upbeat and very pleasant, especially for being in a very interesting mechanical desert, I suppose? Again, dreams don't always need to make a lot of sense. And one of the nice cool part about this is that there's actually a little bit of platforming we can actually do. Ooh, we have to avoid the clock monster, though. I think 7 chips should be enough for us right now. We can find plenty more of nights. I remember that this stage can get a bit tricky with the timing, so we want to make sure that we are always keeping track of our chips should we want to actually leave. Especially with those crabs that like to grab our legs and then explode. Not the nicest, I suppose. But not everyone's going to be nice, and that's understandable. But showing kindness to others is usually a good idea. I like this. It's a good notion. The music here is quite interesting. It is a bit peppy. It's kind of its own unique brand of excitement, so to speak. The area itself, I'm a bit more puzzled on, as it is, again, it's kind of a desert-ish area that doesn't lend itself to much intrigue. More of the obstacles here are neat compared to the rest of the stage. I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but as usual, it is a dream, and dreams don't always have to make the greatest of sense. Though, honestly, if this game wants to get a nice big HD remake or something like that, this area probably even have more interesting mechanics to it, a bit more craziness, so to speak. Just because it seems like there's a lot of ideas going around here, and it'd be very interesting to see them all come into a more bigger picture fruition. There might be something I'm just not seeing because of my bad lack of understanding the visuals that are presented to me. But that's kind of how dreams are, isn't it? Ooh, we may not be getting that C rank after all. That's not to a great start. Those fields down there are either magnetic or they're rain, I'm not quite sure. But it's always easy to get chips out of those little cages right there. Try to get multiple links if we can. Ooh, this is pushing us back as opposed to pulling us down. Interesting. This stage is just a very interesting kind of puzzlement of, a little bit of confusion, really. I do like this bit right here, though, where we get slammed down this little conveyor belt thing. We can collect chips as we're going. We need to be very careful, though, because if we do not do well enough, we may have a problem. Oh, come on. I'm on. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's a little hard to control, but sometimes things aren't as easy as you want them to be. Hilariously, though, should we actually run out of time and revert back to Elliot's and end the dream, you'll stay on that conveyor belt until it ends, which is kind of hilarious in of itself. But let's go and do this properly. I do like how it just it gets pretty excited. I have not actually heard the full version of this song. I'm kind of curious now to hear it. It sounds like it has a very interesting bits and pieces to it. But as far as the stage goes, we've seen the best as already. Sorry to say. At least that's my opinion of it. It may not be everyone's cup of tea. And maybe people really like this area too, and more power to you. I want to see more people enjoy the other things that people sometimes just can't find quite enjoyment out of. Sometimes you can find great enjoyment out of things that you never expected, and just because someone else doesn't like it doesn't mean that you can't like it either. I mean, it doesn't mean that you Doesn't mean that you can't, like, I've confused myself, I apologize. You know, if someone doesn't like a thing, it's totally okay for you to actually enjoy it. Let's get those chips. Ooh. We are made... Oh, this is another interesting mechanic of the stage. Should we not hit any of the walls, we will just hold on to everything here. It's very unique. But we need to actually collide with a gate of some kind. Not that kind, unfortunately. That doesn't... Oh, wait, no, I believe... Wait. Colliding actually helps? This mechanic I've never... Oh, we had to get inside this machine right here. Oh, well, we got enough chips to go on to the fourth mare. But it's such an interesting idea, kind of having all a bundle around knights. I have to wonder if the people who made the Kalamari Damacy games actually played this game and got their inspiration from that. I can't imagine that might have been a possibility. An excellent 7. I am good with that. Let's get just a few of these and return. Yes, I'm not too keen that we're going to be getting the C rank this time, but you never know. Crazy things can happen in dreams. Oh, and no, those chips are just out of range. Oh, we got them thanks to the ability of... Ooh, we are about to get electrocuted, it seemed like. The Paraloop ability does give us quite a good sense of accomplishment, being able to collect different things. This area, climbing up this tower, is actually a very cool idea. I do like this area quite a bit. Just climbing it up, climb up the tower, and then also you can go back down should you want to get some more chips. And oh, but do watch out. Those things are definitely not a good friends. Oh, let's see if we can avoid them. There we go. Now we need to actually make sure we're facing the right way. There, up and away. Yeah, it's very hard for us to actually do multiple laps in this area. That's kind of the weird thing about this particular map compared to the Claris's final area. But it does lead itself to quite its own interesting sense of self. They took an area that usually is not associated with many things good, the desert, and made it into this kind of fun little mechanical wonderland of kind of insanity, to be honest, but I'm sure there's a bit of sense going on to it. I'm just not very good at seeing it. Oh dear, are we going to run out of time? We might actually run out of time here, because we need to get to the gate as soon as possible, and we're wasting too much time. You can notice the music's starting to get a bit dramatic. Oh dear. Oh, that is too much time. Alright, well, okay. We can salvage this. We were able to get out. We're playing as Elliot again. I believe I'm getting mixed up with another thing. I don't think, per se, running out of time makes you lose. It's more that if you run out of time, you'll drop all of your score, and you have a potential to lose. But we did okay, and now it's time to face probably the most iconic of Nightmaren bosses. Riella. Riella is like Knights in every way. Riella and Knights are two Class 1 Nightmaren soldiers. The difference being, Riella relishes in the idea of trying to destroy and create bad dreams, while Knights opposes it valiantly. This fight is honestly one of the more confusing ones. I've never quite understood what to do. Oh. I did it. I think we had to paraloop him once. Or we paralooped him multiple times, I didn't even realize it. That was a fight. Good job, Riella. He is iconic just because of what he is. He is essentially another Knights-like character. It's essentially like Shadow the Hedgehog before Shadow the Hedgehog was a thing. Except, not just being a pointless... Well, not entirely pointless, but you probably get the idea. And with that is probably going to be our episode for this evening. I hope you all enjoyed it. I know it was a bit of a weird area, and it was a bit of an anticlimactic fight, but it was fun all the same. If you liked this video, please consider hitting the like button below, and if you want to see more content from me, please consider subscribing. NiGHTS is available on Steam, this particular version. Please go pick it up if you have enjoyed what you've seen, and if you want to have a good dream yourself. Otherwise, please have a great day or evening, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, ciao!